What is up, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, bringing you another Insight commentary. And today I got some more Black Ops 2 rolling for you, where I am playing Team Deathmatch on one of the new Apocalypse DLC maps, Pod, which is actually probably my favorite of all the DLC maps. And I am using the LSAT with the target finder, and though some people think it's such a noob to use, I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's a fun combination. It's something different to keep the game fresh for me, and I'm doing work with it. In this match, I end up going 23-7. Pretty good for a team deathmatch, or just a TDM match. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. And today I wanted to talk about a pretty big announcement that came from Sony. I believe it was on Monday night, or Monday in Japan, Sunday night for us, however you want to look at it, and that is the announcement of the PlayStation Vita TV. Now, for those of you that don't know what it is, Sony gave a pre-Tokyo Game Show press conference, and about the last 10 minutes of it, they announced this, and it's called the PS Vita TV. And what it does is it's a very tiny little console that's about the size of a deck of cards. It's white. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and it plays Vita games, and you play Vita games using the DualShock 3 controller on your TV. You can also play PlayStation Network games, I believe, if you put them on a memory card, or you download it a little bit. So overall, that's a very cool thing. Also, this little console streams Hulu, and since they were in Japan, they talked about other streaming services that are available in Japan. And I assume once it does come to the US, which we don't know when it will come to the US, that it will stream Netflix, YouTube, Hulu, Amazon, all of that good stuff that we over here love to stream, which is another great feature. And lastly, one of the particularly cooler features of it, once it gets working, is that you can remote play your PlayStation 4 in another room on the same local network. So, for example, you're playing your PlayStation 4 in your living room, girlfriend comes home, says, hey, I want to watch some TV. You don't want to stop playing because you're in the middle of a great game, or, good level. So, you got your PlayStation Vita TV in the other room. You just start continuing your game on that TV, streaming using a remote play with the PlayStation Vita TV. So pretty cool feature there, assuming it all comes together and works perfectly. And I kind of wanted to go over a couple things that I particularly like about this. And overall, I think it's awesome. Like I said, it looks beautiful. Look it up. It's white, it's clean, it's crisp. Check it out. But first off, the biggest thing I take away from this would probably be that this is a cheaper Vita console. So the PlayStation Vita, even though it had a price drop, is at $200. And this is priced at $100. Now, you can buy a $150 model that comes with a white DualShock 3 controller and a memory card. But if you already have those things, then $100, that's a really good deal to kind of open the doors to the Vita library. And it plays Vita games. And I know what some of you are thinking is that Vita games, handheld games, they're just not that good. They're not console quality. They're kid games. And yes, there are some kid games, but be assured that there are a lot of quality games on the PlayStation Vita, with plenty more to come. Just to name a few, they've got an Uncharted game, which did really well. They've got a Killzone game that is really highly anticipated. It looks pretty cool. They've also got a Call of Duty game that flopped. Just wanted to put that in there. But they also got a bunch of indie titles on there, like Guacamelee, which was highly reviewed. Spelunky, which I know is on consoles, but works perfectly for handheld, smaller type games. And plenty of others. It's got a really vast library that's really good. So that's awesome. And to me, this also shows that this is a plan to move Vita software. And to elaborate on that a little bit, it's you give people a cheaper way to play Vita games. People are going to buy more games, and in turn, it's going to give more access for people to play Vita games. And software developers are going to see that this is a growing market and develop more games for it. So therefore, everyone wins, which is awesome. Another thing I like about it is a mini streaming box. It is a replacement for a Roku. And I think that's really cool because if you have it in the other room, or for me, example, I've got my office set up, I got my PlayStation 4 in here, I've got the PS Vita TV out in the living room. I don't need to bring back and forth, you know, to watch Netflix, or even I can play my PS4 out there once the streamings all go. That's pretty cool, and I like that feature about it, assuming it does all those things, which I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Also, the remote play of PS4. Now, I have my doubts that this will work right out of the gate, but if it does, that's awesome, and that's a really cool feature, and I think it's a pretty big selling point. Kind of what the Wii U does on the gamepad. And lastly, like I said before, it's low cost. It's $100 cheaper than getting a PlayStation Vita, and not everyone wants a handheld console, but some people want to play those types of games, myself included, and this allows me to do so. Now, one of the questions I have kind of taking away from this is, since this is considered a micro console, how will this affect the other micro consoles? Such as the Ouya and the GameStick, the Android-based platforms that we've kind of been seeing rolling out. And I know those aren't doing too well because they lack the development and the software for those games, or that are exclusively for those consoles. So having Sony that does have the games to back it up, does have the software to push this out, and it has a very competitive price point compared to the other two, I'm curious to see what happens to the other two. Not that I thought they would be that successful anyways, but I think this just shows you that mobile gaming did have an effect in the console, towards consoles, and this is Sony's kind of push towards that market and to really eliminate the competition. And I think that's great. So now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you guys think about the PlayStation Vita TV. Do you think it's cool? Do you like it? Is it something you will purchase when it comes to the US? Let me know in the comments section down below. And if you guys like the video, like the gameplay, let me know with a thumbs up. And if you're new, please subscribe and hit that button. You won't regret it. And until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget Facebook and Twitter. Hit that button down below.